Okay, so let's get this on Facebook real quick. We're going to get this on Facebook, and then we're going to go live. Okay, so today it's going to be about refeeds and my blueberry pancakes I made last weekend. Okay, I'm teaching you guys how to do this. Okay, because it's going to be fun. All right. All right, let's go live. All right, so check this out. What? Okay, so listen up, people. So I'm going to teach you how to do refeed days. Refeed days. Okay, so here's how this works. All right. Now, when you are trying to get toned, you're trying to get defined, you're trying to get ripped, okay? All these are getting your body fat levels to a low body fat percentage, okay? So ladies, the sweet spot is about 13%. Some of you will need to be less than that in order to get to where you want to be. For you men, okay, the sweet spot is about 6 to 8%. Okay, based on the abs and the body that you want, that's about where you're going to need to be in order for you to look sexy as fuck. Okay, some of you can look better, higher, a little bit higher than that, right? But most of you, that's about where you're going to need to be. Now, when it comes to you losing body fat, now, if you've been watching the video course or you have watched it, you will know this. This will be kind of like a reminder. When it comes to humanity, it's more, most people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. Okay. So fat loss is a very simple process, people. Okay. It's a very easy process. All right. It's literally two things. Okay. So here's one. Okay. Number one, limit calories every fucking day. Okay. That's step one. Step two is burn calories every fucking day. Okay. You do these two things, you get sexy as fuck, get six pack. Okay. All right. That's basically how it works. All right. Now, so your typical week, okay, for most of you guys, because this is how I design the programs, because this is the step-by-step strategy on how to become a sexy motherfucker. Okay. This is how it's done. If you deviate, you're going to fail, period. Okay. So listen to what I'm saying, because if you do not follow this process, you are going to stall, delay, or prevent your results altogether. Okay. So understand this. All right. This right here, this is how your week should look every week. So this is your week. Okay. So your week should look. All right. Every fucking week. This is how your week looks. Okay. Now, those of you that are shredded, you do this very well. Those of you that are not, you don't, period. Okay. Those of you that are new, take notes. All right. Those of you that live shredded, because I have a lot of you guys that are my veterans, you're my superstars, the ones that have been living ripped for a really, really long time. This is how it's done. Okay. For you that are new, that are the current fatties, okay, you have to change who you are. You have to change your habits to become the person you want to be. Your current habits have created your current fat body. So in order to get the new body, you need to develop new habits. All right. Now, this is how it's done. Simplicity. Okay. Because I like to hack things and make them simple. Okay. So this is basically how it works. Right. Every single week when you are a fatty, okay, which means if you don't have abs, if you aren't defined, you're a fatty. Okay. Now, I don't want you to identify as that. Okay. You have fat. I don't want you to identify as I am a fatty, because that will actually create that subconsciously. Right. And you'll self-sabotage. Right. So I just say that just to talk shit, just to trigger those emotions and trigger the ego. So that way you basically prove me wrong and then actually get lean. Right. But I don't want you to identify as a fatty. Right. You have fat. Right. But I want you to identify yourself as somebody who's fit. Right. So, but I'm just talking shit to trigger your emotions, right? So this is basically how your week would look. So this would say be day 6, okay? This is day 7. right? For an average person. Now, if you are a fatty, okay, if you're like more than 20% body fat, okay, females, if you are more than 20% body fat for males, okay, this is going to be a 13, 14 for you. Okay, this is day 13, day 14. All right. This is basically how it looks. The way your program is designed and the way you should be living consistently until you get to where you should be, right? Or where you want to be, which is where you should be, right? Because fellas, listen to me, okay? We have a simple standard in this program. If you don't have abs, you're fat. And if you're fat, you're weak. If you're weak, that means you're weak mentally, weak nutritionally, weak physically, right? It means you don't have your fucking shit together. You're not a fucking man. Period. Okay? That's the standard for being a man. Every man should have a fucking six-pack. Okay? Because that, in order to develop a six-pack, in order to reveal, because you already have it, right? In order to reveal it, because it's covered by fat, okay? You have to become a different man, a motherfucking savage, somebody who's disciplined, somebody who's very personally developed, somebody who is strong, somebody who's consistent, somebody who follows through, somebody who keeps his word, a real fucking man. This is why this standard exists. I made this fucking standard, and anybody that has a fucking six-pack will tell you the same thing. Because the man that you have to become to get there is a completely different individual than the fat motherfucker you are right now. Okay? Now, ladies, this is a little different for you guys, right? But you should be defined. If you aren't defined, that means your body fat is high and you need to get your shit together so you can get lean and get defined, toned, whatever you want to call it. It's the same shit. Okay? I want to be toned. I want to be defined. I want to have muscles. I want to look strong. It's the same fucking shit. It all comes from having low body fat levels. Okay? So whether you want to be a shredded man or a toned woman, right? It's the same shit. It's the same fucking process. The only difference is men eat more than women. Like the average dude needs to eat about 2,200 to burn fat, right? The average female needs to eat about 15. Right. As men, we get to burn more, or we get to eat more because we burn more, right? Because we have testosterone, right? We have more muscle. So we burn more calories, right? You ladies don't. So you have to really limit your shit, right? So anyways, so this is how your basic week should look, right? You have your deficit days, right? These are your deficit days, right? So for those of you guys that are on the fat loss journey right now, because some of you are on the opposite end, right? Some of you have already gotten ripped. And now you want to just get jacked, right? Like some of you guys, like you want to get bigger, right? So that your schedule is going to be a little bit different. Your calorie intake is higher, right? But let's just say the majority of you are on this fat loss journey, right? So the average dude needs to be doing 2,200 during the week, right? So 22. Ladies, you're 1,500 or less, depending on your size, right? Now, you're going to be doing this all week long. So say 6 days, right? This is what this is. Okay, so let's pretend this is Saturday. Right? 6 days straight, right? You've been doing this actually since the week before, right? So you've been doing it, so you're all the way over here, right? So it's your 6th day. You're going to go all the way to here. Now, on your 6th day, after your 6th day, actually, I have this messed up. My bad. This is actually supposed to be day 7. So let's pretend this is day 7. Okay, let's pretend. Okay, this is day 7. All right. Pretend this is day 7 because you actually already deficited for 6 days. So you deficited for 6 days already because you actually went through Sunday and then you're all the way around here. So you're here 6 days, right? Day 7, this is your refeed day. And for most people, this is Saturday. Okay. Now, the way that this would work is this is a day where it's a higher calorie, higher carb day if you've been doing this correctly. Okay. Now, the problem is most you guys been eating out, you've been drinking wine, you've been doing all kinds of shit. So your actual calorie input is actually higher, right? So you haven't actually been doing this. So you actually don't get this. Okay. In order to get your refeed day, you have to have been disciplined as fuck and been in your deficit all week long, right? Then when you get here, scheduled refeed. Now, when you do this properly, when you're following the program, day 7 is either a high carb day, which all you're doing is just adding some fruit or some potatoes, extra vegetables, clean carbs. Okay. Not fucking pasta, not fucking brownies. Okay. Not fucking like sugar, right? Clean shit. You add higher carbs, higher calories. And dudes, you'd be hitting about on 3K, right? Girls hitting around 2K, right? So it's a calorie game. So we're trying to hit a calorie amount by increasing carbs, right? So it's a high calorie day, or because it's Saturday, guess what you guys like to do on Saturdays? Okay, I like to do this too. So I'm with you. I'm on the same page. Okay, this is why I'm trying to tell you the tricks and the hacks on how you can do this. Okay, this is how you drink. This is how you drink. Okay, and get sexy at the same time. Okay, here's how you do it. You're still eating your protein, and then you just add alcohol. Okay, you get to cut the carbs. No carbs for you if you're gonna be drinking. Okay, because the alcohol is actually going to put you up to your calorie limit, right? So you eat your meat and then you drink your alcohol, you're going to hit your 2K, 3K limit, right? That's your refeed day. Boom, done. Right. Now the next day, you're going to go right back into your deficit and then do this again for another 6 days until next Saturday. Okay. Done consistently and strategically, you're going to be a sexy motherfucker in a few months. Okay. That's how it works. It's simple science. Fat loss is very, very, very easy. Now, I want to show you guys. So last weekend for my refeed day, okay, because I wasn't drinking, I did some blueberry pancakes, okay, and I made them at home from scratch using my psyllium husk recipe. So I'm gonna actually share this with you guys. So maybe you can try this weekend. This is if and only if you're not drinking. Okay, if you're drinking, you can't do this. Okay, it's either meat and alcohol or meat and some good carbs. That's all you get. It's one or the other. You have to choose. You cannot do both. Did you hear me? You cannot do both. All right. So it's one or the other. Now here's my blueberry pancakes. Now I am going to tell you, you may not hear this volume. Sometimes it plays it. I can hear this. I don't know if you guys can. Okay, so what we have here, this is what we have here. So just in case you can't hear the volume, because it hasn't been playing the volume sometimes when I play this video, here's what it is. Psyllium husk. Okay, it's a little less than 1/3 of a cup. Okay, because this is the fine one. I don't recommend getting the fine psyllium husk. You usually get the regular husk ones, right? Because you'll use less per scoop, right? That's why this scoop is so small, right? So we have psyllium husk, 4 eggs, some cinnamon. It's also best, I didn't write this in, but I didn't have any vanilla. But if you have vanilla, a teaspoon of vanilla on top of this, make this bomb diggity, y'all. Okay, I'm serious. Okay, and then you can use water or 1/3 of a cup of almond milk. Okay, unsweetened. Okay, this is how you make these pancakes. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add in the psyllium with the eggs. We're gonna add in the almond milk. We're gonna stir that shit up. Add some cinnamon. Okay, we're gonna mix it all up. Now, this stuff gets really, really thick really quick. Okay, now if you have the fine version like I do, which I don't recommend you get, I recommend you get the regular one, not the fine one. It takes longer because it turns into like a jelly, right? So if you get the fine one, it's going to turn into jelly instantly. That's why I don't recommend it. Okay, but either way, it's fine, right? Pour it into the pan, right? So this is a big ass fucking pancake. Now we're going to make a blueberry. We're going to make a blueberry syrup. Okay. So we're going to take 2 cups of frozen organic blueberries. We're going to put them in this little pot and we're going to put 3 tablespoons of pure organic maple syrup. We're going to cook this shit up. Going to cook it up. Cook it up. See that? Then we're going to be cooking our pancake at the same time, right? We're going to flip this sucker, right? We're going to flip it. Right? Flip it. We're going to add, now, did you see that? So I took a tablespoon of butter, okay? Tablespoon of butter, organic butter, put it on the pan or on the plate. So that way when I take the pancake off and I put the pancake on it, it's going to melt that shit. It's going to make it taste amazing. Right? Now I'm going to smash up these blueberries. Take the pancake on the butter. And then I'm gonna pour this on it. I cooked it till it turns into like a little sauce. Sauce. It's amazing. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. That was a high protein, somewhat high protein, right? It had 20 grams. Like you could actually make this higher protein if you add a little container of the egg whites, right? The little pint of egg whites. You can make this, you bump this up to 50 grams of protein. Now I didn't have any with me, so I just used 4 eggs, right? The protein should be higher, right? But look at the carb amount. That's coming from primarily fiber, right? And then the other rest of it is from the maple syrup and the blueberries, right? And then the grams of fat. Now you can see that whole thing was 858 calories, right? Every single day, there's a limit on how much you can consume. Okay. Now, this is a refeed day example. This is what you do on a refeed day to have something a little more fun that you make at home. It's really simple, really easy to make. I do these all the time. And but it's going to bump your calories up there really fast. So you have to be careful. So you have to remember this. So here's another little rule of thumb. Okay. Ladies. Okay. Ladies. Here's ladies. Here's a simple rule of thumb. Okay. Here's ladies. Here's men. Listen to me. Do you want to never gain fat ever again in your life? Do you want to never, ever, ever gain fat ever again in your life? Follow this rule. Okay. Here's the rule. Rule. Okay. Never, okay, this is never eat more than 3,000 calories and work out every single day. Ladies, your limit is 2,000 calories. Work out every single day. If you do that, you will never in your life ever again gain an ounce of body fat. You hear what I'm saying? Now, the reason why you guys have fat is because you're eating 2x, 3x that amount on a regular basis. That's how you got fat, right? Because what happened was, especially on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? What happens is everybody eats out and drinks. You ate 6,000, 7,000, 10,000 calories, right? So that's, what's that, 17? That's like 23,000 for the 23,000 just for the weekend, right? Between eating out and drinking, right? Then you show up on Monday and you're 5 to 10 pounds heavier, right? And then what you're doing, you're spending all week trying to do damage control, right? Trying to burn off all the body fat, only to do the same thing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And this is why most people never get results. Don't be fucking most people. Okay. The savages, the sexy motherfuckers that you see inside our Facebook group, that you see me posting on fucking social media, that you see me posting on Instagram, that you see the before and afters, they don't do this. Okay. They don't do this. They do this. Okay. They stay here all the time. They don't cross these lines. They don't cross them. Even if they were to make a bad decision with food, they still staying under this. And that's why they never get fat. It's a simple rule. Follow that rule, you never gain fat again. Now, remember, in order to burn body fat, you got to create the deficit, which is 2,200 for most guys or less, right? 1,500 for ladies or less. Okay. If you're smaller, you're going to need to be like 13. You're smaller and skinnier, you're going to be like 19 for you fellas, right? 1850-ish, right? But the simple rule of thumb is it's always a fucking calories game. So if you don't follow this rule, you will get fat guaranteed. If you follow the rule, you will get ripped, get defined, get sexy, and stay there your entire fucking life. Okay. You get to choose which category you are in, because you're either being a little bitch and you're undisciplined and you're eating emotionally like a little bitch, or you're being a fucking savage and you're being disciplined and you're having some self-respect and you're limiting how much goes in your body every fucking day and focusing on putting high quality nutrients into your body so you can become your best you, so you can show up in your life your best you, like a fucking savage, like a badass, right? as the father that you want to be, as the mother you want to be, as the business owner you want to be, or the manager that you want to be, right? You're not going to get there being the sloppy fat bastard, right? That has no fucking discipline, that nobody respects. Okay? You're only going to get there by you mastering yourself, limiting your shit, and taking high quality care of yourself. Where people look at you and go, wow, that person must have their shit together. I really respect them. Right? Or wow, that person's really fucking hot. They're really fucking sexy. Like, wow, she's really gorgeous. She's so hot. Or wow, that dude is, wow, he's so fit. I really respect him. Like, he's on a whole nother level, right? Your fitness is your status. If you're fat, you're a low status human being, period. That's literally how every single person who you see in the world sees you. You're low status. I don't care how rich you are. You're low status. You can't even master yourself. How the fuck can you master anything else in your life, right? When you're fit, it's the complete opposite. It's a completely different world. When you are fit, everybody instantly respects you. You're instantly attractive. You are instantly like, whoa, this person's got their shit together. I trust them with anything that we decide to do together as a business situation or whatever. I trust them because they have their shit together, which means they keep their word to themselves and to others. So on a subconscious level, they instantly trust them more. This is why I named my first book The Shredded Executive, because I noticed that when my business owner fellas, when they got ripped, like instantly their businesses doubled, tripled, quadrupled, 10x'd, right? When they got fit. Why? Because they get more respect, right? They have more confidence. They have more discipline. They believe in themselves more. So they take more risks, right? People want to do business with people who are good looking. It's in our nature to be attracted to and drawn to people who look the healthiest, who look the strongest, who look like they have their shit together. It's hardwired into your human being. So if you are not there, people look at you basically like you're a sloppy piece of shit. And that's how most of us began. I've been there too, right? You're not alone. I've been there too. I've been a sloppy piece of shit myself, right? So it's up to you to dial your shit in, discipline yourself, create certain habits that create that person that everyone admires, everyone respects, and that inspires other people, and even your children, and even your spouse. Okay. So anyway, that's this week's lesson. That's all I got for you guys on this one. Right. So remember, this is how we do refeed days. Remember, deficit days, refeed day. It's either high carb or it's a high alcohol, because each one of those have calories. You have to choose one or the other. You can't do both. And the blueberry pancake recipe, super easy. Like, it's delicious. Try it. Okay. It's healthy foods. There's no reason for you to ever eat anything that is shit, because there's a healthy version of every fucking thing you could ever imagine in your life. There's tons of products in the market these days that have a healthy alternative to every single food that you love. Okay. From ice cream to brownies to fucking cake, you name it. There's a healthy version to it that you can either make from scratch or buy from a company that has good ingredients that's already like a pre-made mix, and you just add some fucking water and butter and bake it. Boom, done. Right? It's easy these days, right? There's no excuse for you to ever eat some bullshit pizza, some bullshit cake, some bullshit brownies, right? Shit that's going to fuck you up, get you injured, make you depressed, make you lazy. There's no excuse. No excuse. Okay? By you allowing yourself to put that shit in, you're basically just being a weak little bitch, and that's unacceptable. So stop it. It's unacceptable. That's the fat person habits. In order to become the person that you want to become, you have to discipline yourself. You're going to be surrounded by bullshit food every single day for the rest of your life, because the average person is a fat motherfucker. It's disgusting. Everywhere I look, all I fucking see is fat people. And it disgusts me, because I just think about how much bullshit they have to eat every fucking day just to maintain that body. It's disgusting. You go to a restaurant and you look at like how the fat people eat. It's disgusting. They're wolfing down food. They're not even fucking tasting it. It's gross. It's gross. It's disgusting. I can't even fucking stand it. It drives me fucking crazy. So when you see like, oh, maybe like he's fucking fat phobic. No, I'm not fat phobic. I'm disgusted by fat people. There's a difference. Okay. It's disgusting. All right. And if you're like a religious person, guess what? Gluttony's a motherfucking sin. Okay. Jesus, and I'm not religious at all, but I'll tell you right now, Jesus says, respect your fucking vessel. It's his body, not yours. And you fat motherfuckers are disrespecting it. Stop it. Okay. If you're a believer, speaking to you believers. Okay. Jesus had abs. You should too. All right. I'm personally not a believer, but I love believers. I love Christianity. I go to church every weekend. Right. I'm close friends with the pastor. Right. Like I'm super into the scene. I just have my own beliefs in science and shit like that. And I totally support whatever anybody else wants to support. Right. And a lot of what Christianity teaches, I believe in myself. Right. And it's not from like a scripture standpoint. It's just in a science standpoint. It's just in a fucking the right thing to do as a human standpoint. Right. It's the right thing to do from a health standpoint or from a relationship standpoint or a, whatever. Right. But anyways, okay. My rant is done. I love you guys. I appreciate you. That's why I talk so much shit to you, because I want to make sure that I'm hammering these fucking things home so you understand. Because the real reason I do this is because I fucking love you and I want you to succeed 1,000 times more than you even do. You guys have no idea how much I fucking want you to succeed. You have no idea. I want you to succeed 1,000 times more than you even want it for your fucking self, which is sad. And the reason is because I understand what it's like to be fat and how fucking bad it sucks, right? And how amazing it is when you're fucking ripped. It's fucking so different. The world treats you completely different when you are in shape. Okay? Completely different. Fellas, instant respect when you walk into any room. Eyeballs everywhere you go. The girls are fucking eye fucking you everywhere you go. Girls hitting on you. Girls slipping in your DMs all the time. Okay? Does that happen for you fat boys? No. Exactly my point. Now, you ladies, okay? Maybe some of you are single right now. Okay? Do you know what the number one thing men look for? Number one. I don't care how amazing you are as a person. Nobody gives a fuck. Men don't give a fuck how amazing you are. The number one thing that men are looking for, especially high value men, is your beauty. Okay? What falls in the beauty? Slim waist, gorgeous face, and booty. Okay? That's the number one thing that men are looking for. And if you aren't there, guess what? He don't give a fuck how good of a person you are. You ain't getting his attention. He don't give a fuck about you. Okay? Because guess why? He's got 1,000 other girls that look hotter than you, that are the same person as you, right? That are doing much better than you, that he's more interested in because they're hotter, right? That's just a simple rule of thumb. It's a simple law of nature, right? Men are hardwired to pursue and to be attracted to beauty and youth. Just like how women are naturally drawn to men who are the strongest of the tribe, right? Physically and financially, the ones who can protect and provide. It's in their nature to want to chase the millionaire. It's in their nature to want to chase that dude who has a six-pack and looks like he's strong and he got his shit together. It's in their nature to pursue that, right? Just like it's in our nature as men to pursue the woman who looks like she's the healthiest version that can produce the best offspring, right? It's in our nature. We're hardwired this way. No matter how much you try and disagree with it, your feelings don't fucking change facts. This is how it is, right? So, and if you are married and you have let yourself go, well, guess what? Nothing's changed. Your spouse still sees the way that it should be, right? And let me give you drop some facts on you guys real quick, okay? 60% of spouses cheat. 60% on both sides, okay? Men are doing it because they're not feeling appreciated and respected by their spouse, and they're not getting laid because the women tend to be ice queens, right? And they're rejecting them every time they come on to them for sex, right? Women are doing it because the men aren't meeting their emotional needs, because men basically have logical brains and they're not trained to actually do that, especially as the relationship has progressed. So they end up confiding in another man and then rewarding him with sex, right? So it's different reasons, but 60% on both sides, which means you can minimize that potential negative side effect by you keeping your fucking shit together and being a sexy, fit person who's not sloppy and nasty, right? And lacking confidence because they don't feel good about themselves, right? Okay, good. Glad we understand this and we're on the same page now. Now, like I said, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I want you guys being as rich as possible. I want you guys being as healthy and fit as possible. I want you guys making tons of money, having lots of sex. I want you guys having the best life possible, traveling and going to the most amazing places. I want you guys having the best lives, but you can't get there when you're eating like a fucking asshole. You can't get there when you're being a lazy piece of shit and you're not focusing and taking care of your body, because you're not going to produce at the level that you're potentially able to if you are a lazy, sloppy piece of shit, right? So you got to be your best you to get your best life. And that's what I want. I want you to be your best life. And that's why I fucking give you these fucking calls. That's why I post in here every day. That's why I get post in the things. That's why I coach you guys, right? Because I'm trying to change the direction of this fucking nation. Because everybody's fucking fat pieces of shit. And I hate it. Drives me fucking crazy. Everywhere I go, I'll see is fat pieces of shit everywhere. It drives me fucking crazy. I hate it. So I am trying to change this. Fucking 60 years ago, the average female had a 25-inch waist. Now the average female is 171 motherfucking pounds with a 39-inch waist. Grown 14 inches. Same exact height. Fucking waist is 14 inches bigger than they were 60 years ago. What changed? The fucking food. That's it. That's the only thing that changed. Back then, they didn't even work out, right? Didn't even work out, had 25-inch waists, right? Now, they're fucking working out and still got 39-inch waist because they eat like shit, right? The average dude 60 years ago had abs, had visible abs, like 150 pounds, right? Now the average dude's 200 with a 40-inch waist. No abs in sight because motherfucker's got 50 pounds of fucking fat on his gut, right? You gonna see no abs with a fat on like gut like that, right? And that's what I'm trying to take it back to. Back to the pre-1960s when everybody's fucking sexy and hot. And everybody really took high quality care of themselves, right? So anyways, I'm gonna close this out now. I kind of gone off on a tangent. I just wanted to fucking say that so that way you guys understand where I'm coming from, because I want you guys to succeed. And the simple rule of thumb, fucking limit your calories every day, create a deficit most of the days, right? Burn calories every day. Never go over your calorie limits. Boom. You're sexy. You stay sexy. Period. Let's go.